You got it.
Now they're looking away. Now you're making me laugh. Okay.
That's the point. We're supposed to laugh.
Hi, I'm Stacy Francis from R&B Divas LA, and I'm here with the beautiful Kelly Brew for Sister to Sister Magazine.
Hi, Stacy. Hi.
Hey, Kelly Brew.
Hey, how you doing?
It is.
Okay,
And
so
it's pretty in here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, I guess we can start. A little bit. If you could tell us where you're from and how you got into the music industry and stuff like that. Just a little bit.
All the way there.
Just a little bit.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so I am Stacy Francis, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York originally. And I've lived in Los Angeles for about 15 years now. So some people say I can't still claim Brooklyn, but I do. Still in there.
Yes.
And I started in music very young. I grew up in the church singing as a preacher's kid, so I started singing very young, as far as I can remember, 3 or 4 years old, singing in the choir, and then I got a record deal with Warner Brothers Records with a girl group called Ex-Girlfriend when I was about 16, and we did 2 albums on Warner Brothers, and then I did musical theater as well. I started out in a show called Mama I Want to Sing. When the record didn't do well, I went to London and I started on the West End with Shaka Khan, doing that. And we did a record on EMI Records, and at that point I was flown to Minneapolis. I worked with Prince on some music, and then I came back to New York and I did musical theater on Broadway for 6 years. I started doing some series works. I did Third Watch and Yes Dear, and in my opinion was a pilot I did for the WB. I did several pilots for them. Comedy, I love singing. So I love acting as much as I love singing. It's my passion. I work with Richard Lawson. He's my acting coach. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So any plans for any upcoming acting roles?
I've been auditioning for things. It's been really cool. I just auditioned for actually Kevin. I'm sorry. What was that? It was a
Roger Bob.
I was like, Kevin.
Kevin Scott.
I got it.
Kevin Scott is the casting director.
Okay. I remember seeing you on the X Factor.
Yes, that was fun.
We were rooting for you.
Thank you.
So what was that experience like for you versus being on reality TV now, like as far as R&B Divas?
I kind of wish that I had the sort of the training that I have now for R&B Divas. I wish I had that when I was on the X Factor. X Factor, unfortunately, was a training ground for me for R&B Divas. And when I say that, I mean that in the sense of there comes this heavy sort of pressure that comes through social media when you do reality. And the X Factor, I was reading Twitter and all the comments, and it really, really got into my mind, into my spirit, and it really, really messed with me, and it caused me to really do bad on some of my performances, and it just got really into my heart. And people were, really, it gets, as an artist, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. So I think that you kind of, now, 3 years in, I go, okay, wait a minute. There's going to be some people that like you, and some people, some people love you, and some people are going to hate you. And that's just how it is. And I see even some of my favorite artists who I think are perfect. There are people that come for them, and I'm like, okay, well, this is how it goes, And a lot of times when you become very successful, there's going to be people that are screaming and haters and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like something you have to really, unfortunately, accept as an artist and get that backbone sort of built. And I think I've done that very well this season with R&B Divas. So that was one of the best things and also dealing with a Simon Cowell and how hard he can be. Once you go through a judgment like Simon Cowell, you're standing in front of Simon Cowell and L.A. Reid, and these are the big music, people. And once you go in front of them and you deal with that nervousness and you deal with that, criticism, you can deal with anything at that point. You can deal with the Joe Schmo in Kansas or wherever he is. Behind his computer, deciding that he's going to rip you apart. You can deal with that guy.
How did you get selected for R&B Divas? Like, how did that process happen?
Phil Thornton is one of the producers of the show. He's been involved for quite a while. He's one of the creators with Nikki Gilbert, and it was funny because he just tweeted me one day. Well, he followed me on Twitter, and I look at who follows me. I look at like, oh, who is this guy? Who is it? I read people's bios and that sort of thing. Because some people, it's like if it's a big fan or somebody who really is a great supporter of me, I follow them back. I love social media, so. It said in his bio like executive television producer, and I was like, oh, let me follow this guy back. And I didn't know who he was really, and I followed him back, and he sent me a DM like, do you want to get back on television again? And I was like, sure, who are you? And he said, I'm one of the producers of R&B Divas LA, and he called me, and we just had a really long conversation, and I love him. He's just an amazing guy. He's really, really awesome.
So you're a mom.
I am.
Are you married or you just?
I'm not.
Okay, so are you dating? Are you
I'm
dating?
looking for someone, so I'll put it out there. My friend is like, you're not gonna ever date anybody because you never tell anyone that you're single, people assume that you're with somebody, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm putting it out there. Every interview I'm in, listen, I'm a singer, I'm an actress, I'm single, all of it. There you go.
Hey, and there you have it. So with that said,
yes.
How are you balancing, a family, your career, trying to date, and all that stuff? How are you balancing?
It's a lot of fun to balance, actually. It takes a lot of organization. When I'm with my kids, I'm fully 100% with my children. Even when I'm out here, I'm Skyping with them, and I'm, the people that are handling them, I'm calling them up and saying, hey, what's happening with them. And I yesterday was so funny because I was on set doing a photo shoot, and I was handling an Uber to pick up my son's grandmother and the children to take them to the playroom, and then the Uber to pick them up. And the Uber couldn't find them, and I was like, they're on the corner and go across the street. It was really funny because everybody on set was like, okay, and I was just like, look, I gotta handle grandma and the kids, y'all gotta wait.
Right. Family first.
So it's family first, and just making sure my children are happy, and when I'm not there, sort of, giving them things that enhance their lives when I can't be really present with them. So it's been really cool, and just meeting people like you, and it's just been a lot of fun. You just kind of know as an artist, okay, now I'm wearing my artist hat, now I'm wearing my mom hat, and then one day I'll wear my girlfriend or wife hat. It's just different. Come on, we're women.
Right, I know. I have 2 kids.
Oh, you do?
I do.
They live here with you?
Yeah, my daughter, she's in her room now.
It's so nice and artistic in here, and you look so young.
Oh, Thank you.
Your daughter's here?
Yeah, she's 12. And
really?
My son is 18.
You have an 18-year-old son?
Yeah, I was a teen
We need to turn the
mom,
camera around. That doesn't make any sense to me. You look so young.
Oh, thanks. But
I have this picture on Instagram of this little girl. She looks like maybe she's 4 years old, and it says, "Black women be like, I'll be 50 next week."
Oh my God, that's true, because we don't crack. Black don't crack.
That's what you look like.
So how does your celebrity affect your children? Are they cool with it, or do they get bothered by social media?
My son last week was like, "Mommy, does everyone in the world know you?" And I was like, "I need them to know me a little more." And he was like, "Mommy, can you give me a video camera?" And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because I want to start videotaping myself." I said, "You want everybody in the world to know you?" And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, you'll be a bigger star than Mommy then. Let's hope for that. Whatever it is you want, boo-boo." So it's cool.
A little bit about the show, we've been watching and seeing stuff is going on.
You can bring it on. I can take it. Just come on.
Okay, girl. So what's going on? Just tell us. What's your relationship like right now with the girls? Is it still a little?
It's awesome. My relationship with the girls is awesome, and you'll see that in a couple of weeks. We have 2 more episodes, and then we have the reunion shows coming up. So you'll see a lot of transition and relationship changes. We went on a girls trip to Palm Springs, which was really amazing, and everybody really connected, and they got a chance to really get to talk to me and understand my viewpoint. I've been saying this in the last couple of interviews because I think it's very important to know. It takes 6 days to tape 1 episode. I think 6 days, and we're working 10-hour days. So if you think 60 hours composed to 44 minutes. So there's a lot of stuff that the audience is not going to see. And when I heard the Kelly Prices of the world and some other people, Nikki Gilbert, saying, "Oh, it's in the editing. You don't understand the editing." I really didn't understand what they were saying. I was like, okay, don't throw off your responsibility of your behavior onto the producers, right? But then I got an understanding once I'm on the show. Okay, you mean there's more that happened in the story that unfortunately the audience doesn't get to see because it's composed down to a 44-minute show. So all the things that led up to you being on 100 is not shown. So it just looks like you're a crazy person, just on 100 all the time.
I mean, that's true.
Right? So it's like, I'm watching it and I'm like, wait, there's so many things that happen in between there, and I don't want the audience, and the audience does think this because the audience, of course, is sitting on the couch. They're not thinking as a producer or, in the way we do in television. They're looking as, this is the show, this is the way it happened, right? They don't get that there's so many things that led up to that moment. So the producer, of course, and I don't blame them, would take that Stacy Francis moment and give you the I'm on 100 moment because it's stimulating TV. And I would want to see that too.
Right.
As a person that because it's my brand and that sort of thing, I kind of want to make sure that, hey, can we tell the story? And unfortunately, we're not on TV for 30 weeks. So no, we can't tell the full story. You know, so I get to come, you know, I got a show called The Stacy Francis
30
Show.
weeks.
You know what I mean? It's true though,
No,
right?
It's just true.
It's true, right?
It's very true.
So I'm like, I have a show called The Stacy Francis Show that I do like a recap after R&B Divas. And you can go to YouTube and see some of those shows if you want the Stacy Francis Show.
What's the YouTube?
The Stacy Francis.
Okay.
Stacy Francis Show. It's my channel.
Okay.
So all of the episodes that I've done all have correlated to the episodes that I've aired for R&B Divas. So you kind of can come on there and see. And it's not particularly my side of the story. I'm on the show with a girl named Chanel Capra who definitely speaks for the rest of the cast. She speaks for the audience watching. You know, we kind of got into it the other day because she was like, okay, girl, look, I'm going to need for you to explain this craziness. And I got a chance to talk to her, and then you get a chance to understand the full aspect of what's going on.
Okay.
Hello, brother.
Hey. Ladies in the house.
Hi, sweetie. Calvin Evans Photography is in the house. He just walked in.
The Brand Factory.
Calvin, I don't know about this makeup for professional photos. Okay. And then Doris like, stop doing this with your hair, but I keep doing that because my eyelash goes down when the hair hits it. I don't want to be sitting here like this with my eyelash like, and I'm like, okay, wait, go up, girl, go up. And she's like, stop doing that. I'm like, but their hair is bending it. Girls, I don't hold back. Okay, and that's the thing. You know, I get in a lot of trouble because I don't hold back. And I can't particularly say I have regret about it. This is my first season on the show. I can see how things can be taken out of translation. And I've gotten attacked on Twitter. It's like, you need to be off the show, and, you know, we need to sign a petition to get Stacy Francis off. Oh my goodness. Like, come on, man. You know, but there are a lot of people that do love me as well, and they like, thank you for keeping it real. Thank you for, you know, bringing that there, you know, because a lot of people also like, you're really funny, and it's really cool to see somebody just, you know, being upfront about it. I just love being myself, and I know that as long as I know, and as long as, you know, people, when I come to talk to people like you, or, you know, people that really follow me, they know that I have a good heart, and I have a good heart for God, and I'm, you know, it's not, I don't mean any harm.
I think you can see that through it all. I really do.
Well, I hope so, girl. Some people are like, oh, girl, get on it. I'm like, come on now. You know, so, but it's, but like I said, I do have a lot of supporters as well, and a lot of people have been really happy that I've come to the show, and some people just laugh at me because I'm really silly in my confessionals and stuff like that. You know, when I talk to the audience, this one-on-one, it's just, I like just sharing like myself. You know, as an artist, not only is my singing important and the things that I do as an artist, I want people to really be able to tap into who I am as a person. I think that's really important.
And who is that person? Who is the real Stacy Francis? Bump R&B Divas.
Yeah.
You know, anything else? Who is Stacy Francis?
I'm such a mushball and such a crybaby, and I think you got a chance to see that a little bit on X Factor. I love people. I love art. Like, I come in here and I'm like, oh my God, it's so artistic, and I see music notes and things that roses and things that inspire me, and I just look at the world in a very beautiful way. And I've been through a lot in my life, and I think I've been very naive in some situations, and I've given my heart to the wrong people, and I love, and I love passionately, and it's kind of why my career kind of stopped for a while, because when I'm in love with a guy, I'm in love, you know, I just want to be with him, I want to write him poetry, I want to sing love songs, I just want us to be in love, and it's this fantasy girl flick movie that I'm trying to live in real life, and it's not real. I have come to a point in my life where I'm always looking for the good, and how can I, you know, if I meet somebody and I see there's a little bit something in them, where can I help you? Your stomach hurt, girl, I got a great doctor, let's call her up. You know, like whatever it is that I can do to help. And I think, you know, someone told me this, and I won't give it away, but a billionaire that I'm very good friends with, he said to me, if you do everything with the intention to help, money will find you. But to me, that's the secret of life. If you are doing what you're doing, if you're singing, if you're acting, if you're painting, because when when someone walks into this room, you want them to see this and completely be blown out of their minds happy, then money will find you. If you're doing everything from a viewpoint of help. Not how he's gonna help me, how am I gonna blow up, how's it gonna be good for me, but how can I help the world? How can I come here and fulfill my purpose? Then money will come to you easily. You won't be broke, you won't be sick. These things won't happen to you because the universe will support you in your efforts to help. And that's where I've been operating from.
Find out who did it?
Oh, you know why you didn't see what was leaked? Because
I was like, did I miss something? But I don't know. know.
as a viewer, you're not gonna see what was leaked because the story was Stacy Francis is joining R&B Divas LA, right? Okay, so if you're on R&B Divas LA, I can't be on TV going, hey, I'm joining R&B Divas LA because that's breaking the fourth wall, right? So for me, I would come in and say, okay, it was reported that I'm joining the group or that I'm here friends with you now because I can't speak specifically about what it was. So the story was somebody told the media that I was joining the cast, which was against contract rules. No one was supposed to know that I was part of the cast. And then they turned it into this really ugly proposal because I was part of the cast, what that resulted in and all that. And that wasn't good.
Yeah, I feel you.
And no, I didn't find out, but I can still have a heavy feeling about who it was. Yeah.
Okay, so do you watch like other reality shows and stuff?
I'm obsessed.
Me too, girl. It's my guilty pleasure.
I'm obsessed.
What's some of your
I'm
favorite?
I'm obsessed, and I will not be ashamed of my obsession. Okay, don't make me feel shame. Okay, first of all, I love Tamar Braxton. Braxton Family Values. I do watch Tamar and Vince, and then of course all of this started because of Nene Leakes. So I watch. I've been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta from like 7 years ago, whatever that was, when reality TV first started, and all the Real Housewives franchise I'm obsessed with, and Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians. I'm not ashamed. I love.
We'll do another season. You would like to do another season?
Absolutely, girl.
Okay.
Yes, of course. And then we need the Stacy Francis show. All of that branches off into whatever it is.
Right. Exactly. So I hear that you have a very healthy lifestyle and you're into fitness and stuff. You want to talk a little bit about that? Yeah.
I'm really not going to get that. So I'm a heavy advocate for finding those great supplements, and this particular supplement, and I'll promote it, it's called 90 for Life. They have been, the best product for me. So I'm very into that. I do protein shakes, and sometimes I do cleanses every 3 months just to keep my body, working at its highest level. And a lot of people say, wow, where do you get all this energy from? And it's because of my lifestyle, the way I eat. All of that is very important.
But so you're working on some new music and stuff.
I am. I have a couple of singles that are going to drop. When we do the reunion show in a couple of weeks, it will be advertised on TV One. One song is called I Still Believe, which is a ballad. Okay. And this dubstep track that I did with J2, he did the one of the hits of Shakira.
Well, you want to give us a little bit?
on Up and Away?
Whatever you want.
It's
whatever you want.
Up and Away because it's up and away, up and away. You can't fly with a broken heart. Gonna spread your wings before you start. Won't you let love take you up and away?
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great message song.
Okay, so you have an EP coming out with that?
I do. That's gonna be in the fall, but we're gonna do
other projects.
Well, I have a skincare line. Speaking of health and working in that area, we started a skincare line. It's called Stacy Francis Beauty. You can go on IamStacyFrancis.com and get that. And it's all organic, paraben-free, fragrance-free materials. And the reason that I did is because my son had eczema. And every time I would put like a lotion on him or something, it would burn him. So it was because of the perfumes or whatever in that. So we have this organic skincare, and it's an all-over body cream, but also you can use it in your face, and it's really beautiful. And my favorite product in the line is a Dead Sea mineral scrub, and you wash that. You wash your body in the shower. Men, anybody can use that, and it's all from the Dead Sea. It's really beautiful, all organic. It's really great, and I have a whole anti-aging system with the firming serum and eye gel, and all of that stuff is very important for us.
Yes.
So I've been doing that for many years, and because people are like, oh wow, you look your age and whatever they feel about that. So I kind of wanted to share in that, and again with the effort to help.